good morning. This is today's Life on Eka Television International. I hope you're having a swell time and you're having a nice day. And as usual, we are here to make your day get better. Well, it's just me and my crew, my squad, my personal squad. I keep on telling you that. And I hope that you will enjoy this ride today. It's Wednesday. We're talking relationship. What investments have you made in your relationship? How wise, how have you applied wisdom in your investment in relationship? That's what we're going to be talking about today. We started off last week, and but before we get into that, I'm going to just introduce my squad. As I said, I have Joyce, I have Solomon, and I have Jamie.
Present.
Good morning.
You know my problem with Prudence. Every day my squad. After today's life, that's it. You know my
Oh.
squad. Can I take you for? Can we have lunch? Can we have dinner? My squad ends here.
Oh.
Well, good morning. Feels good to be here. Well, I await that day that's in real term, like that squad will be translated to action.
Okay. All right. We'll keep that in
Thank
the books. We'll write that in the books. It's noted.
You not like church.
Oh well,
Expecting that soon.
soon.
Like soon.
How soon is soon?
Like this.
Are we not your squad again? Are you about to change your personal squad?
Okay. All right. That's noted.
Prudence, you know last week you were against me. I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
That's
Where is your partner?
okay.
I
I
don't
stand
want to say
alone right
anything.
now, but I'm standing on Christ the solid rock.
Oh,
I
you're
stand.
stealing my words.
Yes.
Let's talk about relationship. Like
Relationship.
we started talking about investment. We've read thousands of stories. We've heard, we've seen real life situation. In fact, yesterday I was reading a story of a young girl that was in a relationship with this guy, and for years he actually trained her in school, established business for her, and then after years of relationship he was hoping that eventually he would get married to her. But the lady found another guy that she felt is better than this previous guy that had spent on her, and she felt, oh, it's time for me to move on. And just when the guy was, I don't understand your actions, your behaviors this day, what's the problem? And the girl told him to move on, and he said, what? She said yes, she's no longer interested in the relationship. He's there recounting like all he has spent and everything, and the lady said she cannot do. And the guy decided to take a picture to some native doctor, yes, to just make her life miserable and the new relationship not to work. And I've heard instances where mothers, older ones in the society will tell you, if you don't love him, don't collect his money. If you don't love him, don't eat his money. Like, it has a way of tying you to the person. And you hear ladies too say, well, I didn't ask you to give me, did I beg for it? And this is not just to say it's only guys that talk about the investment. Ladies too would tell you that after spending my time, wasting my time, look at how I've always cooked for him, I've always swept his house, I've washed his clothes, like, look at how I disregarded other guys, I've been with this guy, faithful to him, and he has the guts to cheat on me or to leave me after giving him my body. Like, now the lady is feeling cheated because the guy is saying, I'm no longer interested, you need to move on.
I like the whole elaborate examples that you gave to give us the basis and the background of this show. And a lot of times people are tilting towards that kind of thing. You invest
But who should be faulted?
both sides. Personally, I think it's both sides, because relationship is a sensitive thing.
Okay, the guy that said he spent his money, his everything to train the girl, establish business, and she left him. And in that situation, now who is to be blamed? Because the guy is feeling cheated.
I wouldn't apportion blame to one person.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. Relationship is a sensitive thing. So when you start out a relationship, my one of the key things that I have learned over time is that there are things that you can avoid. Something like, if you are not yet sure if this person is you're going to end up marrying this person, or even if you are still thinking that you will marry this person, it is safer and better for you to avoid certain kinds of gifts. You can accept gifts. I'm not saying don't, but it's safer to avoid certain kind of gifts. And some people say it's because I
Jemima,
have.
hold on. Do you agree with that? Like the guy is saying I love you, I said to buy for you hair of 200,000, like 500K. I should reject it
The
because
thing is,
that was
what
so-
if let's say the girl did not say she doesn't want to marry him. Let's assume she died. So do you get? Let's assume she died. So would he go and fight God and say, I invested so much in this lady and you took her life, so what am I supposed to do? No. In as much as she refused to marry him, I think the point now should be, what is her reason? Let's look beyond the selfish interest of a thing. We all know that it's not normal for a girl to just stand up and say, this guy invested all of this in me and then I don't want him. There's something wrong somewhere. Like, look at it very well.
Let's hear from brother Sambo.
Something is wrong somewhere.
You said
and then
there must be a reason, right?
Yes, there should be a reason. No matter how flimsy it is, there's just something.
Sambo Solomon, yes, last week you were almost flaring up. Do you think there are reasons enough? Because I know we spoke about cheerful giver and all of that, and you supported that notion, even though at some point you are, why will I sponsor you? There must be an agreement. And so are there reasons enough for the girl to quit?
Like I always say, and I will keep saying,
After you have agreed.
relationship, there is an agreement. Yes. Whether short time,
Or long term.
medium term,
However it
or
is.
long term, there is an agreement. Whether written or verbal, anything 2 or 3 agree is agreed in heaven. Is a fact. And we have to look at this thing critically. Because there's a thin line between what we are talking, and we don't create balance. There'll be confusion out there. What are you bringing on the table? I always say this. I'm meeting you as a lady, right? I want you. Let's assume I'm coming with a genuine mind. I'm coming with a genuine mind. I want you. Are you coming with the same energy and the same mindset? If you are not, and you say yes, that means you are a scam.
Let me cut you there a little bit. So sometimes it is that you're coming genuinely. Okay, I want to be in this relationship. He also wants to be in relationship, genuine. But along the line, you find that you're not compatible and you cannot continue that
You're still
relationship.
crushing on somebody.
It's not always about. There might not even be somebody else. The situation just changes. You are no longer seeing this person as somebody that you would marry and live your life with, because there are certain behaviors that this person has, or there are certain characters that you don't feel you can.
Okay,
Continue
this is the
with.
point from the angle which you're coming. There's a discussion. There's an agreement. All of us, we are genuine concerning it. I don't think a separation, when it comes to issue that you don't agree, you feel you're not compatible, will be an issue. Believe me, if there's a genuine understanding from the beginning of the relationship, both of you will agree. That
But
I
you
know.
Up to the end, I beg
Okay,
to
imagine that we
disagree.
start dating with you. We all agree that we love each other. Let's go into this relationship. Eventually, I now realize that you're actually a ritualist. I should continue because there's an agreement.
You see-
They are starting
you see
or-
something else.
Or you joined a cult group and you are stealing millions of naira. I have to.
I understand. They
So in
they
as much
came
as
from
we
a
started
negative.
in a genuine note, there are certain things that will really make you to pull out, or you are infected with a terminal disease that would affect my life. There
Okay.
are certain things.
As,
trying to say-
let me add to what they said. I know they came from the negative part, but there's also a situation where this person has some certain form of moods that you are sure in the long run you cannot continue.
it's in this same squat that we say anything you understand, you feel is not working, pull out.
Exactly.
You said it. You say even if you feel you have aborted a child, Even if you feel you have given him your body, even if you feel you spend, get out of it. Right? We are not saying no to it. It's an established fact. Nobody is arguing that. But what I'm trying to say, in such situation, there's a way, because of that truth that is in you, there's a way you find consolation even amidst the pain. That's my point. No, I'm not saying stay. You're moving. Yes, you're moving. Nobody is arguing that. Nobody is arguing that. But you see, in a situation whereby you know somebody is coming with a fake life, you are just coming to just tap whatever you want to tap at that particular point, and somebody is putting real energy to it, and then you know within you from the first instant you are not doing, but you are in it. Like she said, our parent will tell you, in kin san baki son shi, kar ki karbi kudin sa, don't take anything from him, don't give him attention. You know you are not doing, why are you giving him attention? You know you are not doing, why are you collecting his money?
I know
you are not going to marry her, why are you wasting her time? It's evil. It's evil, it's unacceptable, it's not moral. Talk about Christian, and is not just it's not morally right.
Yeah.
Talking about
last week when we started this conversation, I heard some ladies say, oh, did I ask him to give me the money, did I ask him to, and for the guys, some of them are like, oh, let me do this, maybe she will see reasons why she will accept me. I know that she's in a relationship, but the highest bidder, and then that's what they do. Okay, so what are you into? You're learning this trade, so what do you think about me getting you this, that, and all of that? The girl will say, fine, thank you. And then even there are instances where the girl will say, no, don't worry, but the guy insists. And then after doing it for her later in future, you now tell her that, we spoke about how that some people will not even open up to tell you that this is what I want. But they will just be investing in you. And then you are just seeing that he's doing it from just a cheerful heart, as the brother that he is, sent from God. And then only for him tomorrow to tell you that, oh, I want to marry you. And the girl is saying, I started a relationship with somebody, I can't marry you. And he starts saying, after all I did to you. I remember a story of a guy that loves a girl. He always goes to her house every day, evening. He goes, stays with her, gist and all. But he doesn't know how to open up to the girl and just say, oh, this is what I want. He didn't say it, but he assumed in his head that they were in relationship. He will go there, he will call her and all of that. Then one fateful day, unknown to him, there's another brother that has been praying to God for that sister. And that guy went, he asked the girl out, and she accepted. She has been wondering, this guy has just been a friend, because he didn't ask and she cannot assume. And just when she accepted that guy, he came, he saw her with the guy, and she introduced that this is her boyfriend or fiance and all. And he started crying that's why he has been coming here. But you never said it. So that's how some people invest in relationship.
That one,
they have expectation in their mind that this girl is beautiful, I'll marry her. Yes. And you keep investing without saying anything.
That one I am saying, he is to be blamed. And if you are to write the sentence, is in capital letter. Yes, there's no two way about, because there's no communication. Yeah, like I said earlier, there must be a communication. If there's no communication, you are on your own. Who are you to blame? Nobody. There's a one, a lady and a guy, they're into relationship, helping each other. But he has put in a lot, to even sponsor her. Not later she now came and then she was like, she's not marrying him. You understand? He said, wow, okay, well, you are not doing it again. He said, fine. There was a communication earlier between me and you, right? You are not doing now. Fine, there's no problem. He gave them the bill. He gave them a bill.
I know someone like that
to refund them.
Yes. He gave the parent the bill, and they refund him. So imagine you are calling yourself a Christian lady, and you involve yourself in a relationship with someone that is not Christ-like. Yeah. That's the danger. Because he can take you anywhere, like you mentioned earlier, that he carried her picture to native doctor, and you expect you will go free.
And no. you know something, if you are really having a relationship that it's as I said earlier, relationship is a sensitive issue. It's something that both sides have to to have an understanding and communicate for it to really work out.
Mm.
But as most the times in this kind of scenarios that we are trying to bring out, it's either there was a miscommunication somewhere. Is it that the girl is not aware that this is why this person is investing, or she's fully aware and has decided in her heart that she's going to, regardless, let me just eat
we are
it.
talking about people that are fully aware. Just make it clear. People that are fully aware. These are people that we are talking. You are fully aware, but you are not in the game, and you are there. It's evil.
You know that
There's
story.
a repercussion.
That
You know,
Whether man or
what-
woman.
what I'm trying to say is that when a guy, for because we began this discussion on the story or the illustration that was brought about someone who invested so much on this girl, and she says she no longer wants to marry him because he's no longer up to her cadre or her what the her standard. He's not up to her standard. And I said that it was foolish of him to have been building her, not building himself as well. As you want to do a relationship with someone, you need to build, okay, so this person is taking this step. Let's take these steps together in the relationship. You're not doing it and leaving the other person behind. Because the moment you start leaving the other person behind, things begin to crumble. And that's what happens in most relationships. So in this kind of scenario, it is either that this girl has already
But do you know that there are people that after sponsoring their women after marriage, the women take care of them and they became what they
No,
are.
I'm not disputing things like that happen. There was that's where the agreement comes in. There was an agreement. They worked together, regardless that she.
No, what I'm trying to say, he stopped everything about him.
Yeah,
he
but they
made her.
worked. But they worked
Then-
together
then
to
she-
build the
then she- then she
relationship.
put- no, what I'm trying. What
My
I'm trying
point
to
is
say,
that they work together to build the relationship. I'm not talking about just the physical, or the educational standard.
No,
or
you are
what.
saying
I'm not
after
talking-
building, he's just there. When she get there, she's saying he's not her standard. Do you get the point?
I get that, but there was a
Uh-huh.
miscommunication somewhere along the line. That's my point. Because along the line,
And
when
it
she
may be
went,
intentional.
when she went to the university, there were definitely signs that she was no longer interested. How comes he
You are just
hadn't
thinking
noticed
on her
that?
behalf.
No, I'm not thinking on her behalf. I'm just saying, you know how we have established on this show that a lot of times we work relationships with mushy feelings, using Joyce's words. So maybe he was still in the loop of mushy feelings and he didn't notice when she started. There's something that girls do. If you no longer have interest in someone, the amount of times that he calls you begin to drop. Like it's like, okay, so even if he calls, she probably just look at it and miss it, and then when she's speaking it back, she say, sorry, I was doing something, I was doing that, I was doing this, I was doing that. There are always excuses. So there are points that if you notice, you will see a change in the train of her behavior. A lady cannot hide herself for so long. So he should have noticed that along the line. And there's also the points where I made that as you're entering a relationship and you're doing this much investment, know in your head, at the back of your mind, that there's a probability, even if it is 1%, that this person will not end up with you. So
I
when
get
you-
where you're coming from.
Yeah.
There are okay, beyond, we've been talking about how that guys have sponsored ladies, have done so many things for ladies. There are ladies that have used their school fees that their parent gave them, go and pay your fees, that they decided to give their boyfriends or whoever they are dating, to say, no, go and put it in your business, no, take this one and furnish your house. And while she either stays out of school, or she's just in the school and not, maybe at the end of the day she might even drop out. There are instances that ladies drop out, but they kept collecting school fees and giving their boyfriends, whether they're using it for good or they're using it for evil, or they are not making use of the money but they are spending her own parents' money. There are ladies that would lie to their parent, oh, I'm sick, I need this, I need that, but they are saying on behalf of their boyfriend. Only for that guy to say that, oh, I found a lady that I want to marry, and she said, after all I did, like I dropped out of school so that you can You're talking about how that you should be wise enough to. This is foolishness, if you ask me.
Of the
Yes.
highest order.
It's foolishness.
Because the investments that you make in a relationship is not entitlement that you are going to
You
end up
get,
with
and
that
see,
person.
relationship is
Not a
supposed to make you
guarantee.
better. The moment you start feeling like you're being drained or you're becoming less of who you are, then you're not supposed to be in that relationship. Imagine that you're at this level when you said yes to the guy or to the lady, and then when you start the relationship, you start going down. You're not supposed to be there. It should make you better. It should make you improve. We're not talking about the fact that there won't be challenges. Of course, there are times that it's going to be really trying, but commitment is what will keep you in that relationship beyond the mushy feelings. There are times that you're seeing, oh, this, you need to meet up this need, you need to do this and that, and the person you're dating or you're in a relationship or you're planning to marry cannot even come true for you in any way. It is that commitment to that relationship, like you talk about being genuine, that is going to keep you there. But most times, especially nowadays, people go into relationship for what they will get. See, gone are the days that a guy wants to just come and meet you because, yes, he wants to be in relationship with you. He wants to take care of your needs. He will tell you, I want to eat my money. Now, there are guys out there, they are looking out for ladies that they will eat their money as well. You get?
Yeah.
So, they will see you, they will rate you. No, this girl is still in school. I can't get anything from her. And he's in school, but he's looking for a working class girl so that she can invest in him as well. So you see, we need to apply wisdom, even as you say yes to whoever you are saying. It starts from you knowing who you are. And that's why the GM will always talk about the fact that ask questions. You might be rated foolish or desperate or what. But when the person is coming to you, ask him, what do you want from me? What do you want us to do? Some people will use scripture and lie to you and try to deceive you just to suit them. Oh, when the time comes, you eventually God will reveal it to us. But the person is there demanding sex. He doesn't know that there's time that is right for the sex. The person is there demanding you to give him your school fees. He's asking you to lie to your parents about demand in school so that you can give him. He doesn't know that there's scripture that said it's not yet time, and that is wrong, is evil. He doesn't know that. So we need to, beyond this feeling, oh, I love him so much, I cannot sleep anytime I think of him and all of that. See, very wisdom.
You see, you talked about this issue of school fees. Yes, there are people out there that does that. But if you are a guy and a lady is giving you her school fees, right? Like, you will collect it. She's no, I know they do, but I'm just trying to figure out.
The heart of man is desperately
you understand. And for you that is giving that school fees, I think it's a wrong timing. What if something goes wrong? Like, even if he's promising you that he will let us struggle and then find the money and then return, but it can just be, it's dicey. What if his plans were not clear? You understand? And at the end of the day, maybe you'll be fixed. It's either that particular whatever you have carryover, or you are there crying to somebody trying to write what do you call it, undertaking. Because I remember during our time, so many girls will come, pleading, because I was a leader then, like, stand for me, please, this happened to my school fees. Some will just be lying, because some of them I had in contact with their parent, you understand. Then I know how many times during exams there was this particular time that I have to stay out, because they told me that the people the ladies used to, for them, they couldn't meet up. But they just look at the office, and then they look at me and they were like, but I was like 30 minutes late. You understand? So we know there are times like that, but I'm just thinking, how will the man collect that if you truly know that this lady is somebody you are trying to build future, and then you are collecting something that is very important you have to do, and then you are taking. No, I don't think
You-
is right. And you that is
I like-
giving, I
I-
think
I
is-
was going- I
is-
was- I was
is
going to say
foolishness.
that.
It's foolishness. You
You-
can't trade that part.
You who
simply
is
because of-
giving,
Mm.
whose hard work are you giving out?
Hmm.
So think about it. If your parents put in hard work to get fees, even if it is soft life you've been living, like you're from a rich, well-to-do family or something, and it's your parents' money that you're giving out to this guy. Your parents used whatever sense he had, whatever he used his hands to get that money, whether it's legit or not. It's still his intellect and his love for you that he gave you to go to the school. Then you decided, okay, so my father's love is not really valuable. Let me just give it to somebody else. Oh, that was the mindset I grew up with. I think I had this in my head, like, okay, so my dad is more right now at the place where I am. My dad is more important. He put in so much work. Let me give him results at the end of the day at first, and then so whatever relationship comes or whatever, I might give him my own time, but at the back of my mind, I'm not talking about right now. I'm not even talking about my heart. I'm talking about my mind. At the back of my mind, I still keep telling myself, think, girl, think. What's more important right now?
I will help, but not my school fees.
And then
Exactly.
investing in relationship is not just about the money. I think you can also invest time.
Yes.
You can also invest effort. If you invest time to your partner, you communicate, you're always together, you talk about everything. If something starts going wrong somewhere, you will know.
Sure.
It must not get to the point that the person said he don't want to marry you again. She said she's not. You would have figured it out long ago. So it would have reduced the cost of all the things you spent. And then if you put in effort before you go into a relationship, you know the kind of person you want to get married to. And before you go and ask that person out, you must have seen some of these qualities in the person. Now, you don't see 100% because we're all humans and we're imperfect. But the few that you see, you want to see that you work on the person to get the remaining things that if you don't have to get 100, but at least you build each other up. So that is the effort you're putting in. And then the finances, the resources come also into the investment. But a lot of times we neglect the other part of investment in relationship. We just focus on the money part, and then it gives you a very hard blow when the building collapse because you were not rooted. Your partner was not rooted, and then it begins to send you to heart attack, panic, and all of that. And then on the lady's part, are you even supposed to give the guy your body? Your body is the temple of God. Like you are you supposed to give him your body? So when you come at the end of the day and you're saying, I gave him my body, I did this, you were not even supposed to do that in the first place. So the first answer you will get is, why did you do that? Before anyone would even come and start sympathizing with you, the question would be, why did you give him your body in the first place? That is the thing.
And you know, as I said, a lot of us we don't learn from people's experience. We want to experience it by ourselves so that we learn.
So that we tell the story.
And that's
better.
stupidity. No, that's stupidity to me, because
I agree with you.
Because how can I see constantly that in my environment, this woman has gone through this very thing? She made these decisions, and this is how she ended up. Then I will make the same decisions and expect that my
Different
own
result.
will be different. A psychologist, one professor, described this as madness. He said, that's madness. That's you being mad. Because you can't take the same steps, make the same decisions, do the same things in the same way, and expect a different result.
You know, Prudence, the thing is that a lot of people think they can buy their way into the relationship and whatever. That's why they do all the things they do, and at the end of the day, they keep shouting, oh, I invested so much in this. This is how this person is paying me back. Let me start with the ladies.
Delusion.
You think that by worshiping him in terms of you're not married to him, going to cook for him, do laundry for him, clean the house, cook for him, like pay his bills, that will make you
Then
wife
Add the
material.
last
You
one,
have,
then
if you
sleep
get
with
married, you have forever
You
to
get-
do all of that too.
You understand?
Exactly.
So you think that
So
when
don't
you
rush
do
it.
that, you stand a chance of becoming a wife. After doing all the chores, you still give your body. You hear the guy say, I eat food, eat the person that cooked the food. Then you go back home feeling so happy and excited, because what else would he want outside when I've done everything for him? Before the show, I was saying something like, see, there are guys, or most guys, no matter if you like, worship him morning, afternoon, and night. See, if the guy is not game, he's not game.
And funny
And
enough, it's
most
not
of
just
these guys that you do these things for, there's one lady that is very stubborn out there,
and that's
that
the
is
person that
asking
follow.
her to come to the house. She will never come. He's the one that is always going there. He's the one that is even plus doing laundry for her, going for errands for the girl. She's still saying no while you are doing all of this. So a lot of ladies think, oh, they are, when I do that, I become the first lady, and that's why they invest that. And for the guy as well, he thinks that the highest bidder, because girls love
Delusion.
material, they are materialistic. They are. We hear ladies too say that, oh, well, this person has more than this, I cannot settle for this one, and they just quit and start another relationship. So the guy comes, starts flaunting money, taking you out for shopping, doing this and that, saying, oh, you're already learning this, let me open a shop for you. You do everything, you extend it to her family members, her siblings, her mom, her dad, and at the end of the day, the girl is saying, see, this marriage you're talking about, oh, me, I did not take this relationship that serious, I'm not interested. And you're saying you're taking a picture to native doctor, or to where, or you are laying course and all of that. You cannot buy your way into people's heart, like by investing all the things that, let's not take away the part that you can be a cheerful giver. At that point, there's no expectation. It's just from a heart of, oh, I want to help Prudence. Oh, I see that she's doing well, and I have enough. Even if I don't have enough, but I feel led to help you, let me help you without any expectation. Now, the help is not me going to do all the chores, giving your body, cooking. It's not the help we're talking about. Now, okay, I'm talking about finances. In a situation whereby this lady is about to write exam and she doesn't have her school fees, and you're in a relationship with her. It, like, there's nothing wrong in you helping or assisting her if you have the money. So we need to separate this line where you are being led, you are moved to give, to help, to assist. In fact, the Bible says it's more blessed to give than to receive. So you are being moved, led to help somebody, that you're in a relationship. You will not say, oh, I'm not married to him, or I'm not married to her, so even if I'm into business, I have enough money and he's in trouble, like he's sick, he needs money to pay rent and all of, and you have that, oh, I cannot, well, I'm not bring rent into it before people start looking for house and expecting their girlfriends to pay rent for them. Maybe you are sick, or you're hungry.
People are doing out there. So
Or you're hungry.
people are doing
You're hungry, and then I have enough money with me, I've eaten, I have enough, and then, or even if I don't have enough, I just have a plate of food, I can share with you. There's nothing wrong with that. I can't be in relationship with you and watch you
Go
hungry.
yes.
You get.
Agreed, and you make a whole lot of sense, and I hope that people out there are actually listening, because this is a burden for me. I see a lot of things happening around the environment that I live, and it's not something that is nice. It's not nice to see how people end up at the end of the day heartbroken and not even believing in love at the end of the day. But you see where we have gotten it wrong is that when you want to give, instead of you to give with your whole heart, you're giving with expectations. The moment that you start giving out something with expectation, even if you are borrowing somebody something, if somebody says, borrow me, and you give with expectation for you to be heartbroken, if this person does not give it back, or
you are going to borrow from him some other time, and then he says no. And you like,
when you do not have, I was there for you. So when you want to help out, or when you want to do something for someone, it is essential, first of all, to know that you are giving this with your whole heart, not just giving with expectations. Because the more you give with expectations, you get hurt. and when you're talking about love as well, okay,
Don't
as I
love
said-
with expectation. Is that what you're saying?
And this
No, I was going to
expectation,
say-
even if you must give with expectation, I think
Manage your expectation well.
no, spell it out. Spell it out. I am giving you this cup.
Yes.
But when you're returning this cup, fill it up with milk. Do you
This
get?
is what I want.
Put sugar inside.
And you that you're paying school fees to be open and pay your school fees because you marry me.
Yeah, exactly. I am paying your fees because I want to get married to you.
I love this conversation.
So if you know that you will marry me, don't even collect
See,
it.
As the girl, as you are
Get-
going to his house to go and clean, just go and say,
That-
see, I'm
I am
cleaning
cleaning
your
your
house.
house
You
because
must
I want
marry
you to
me.
marry
Yeah,
me.
you see the
So that if the person will not marry you, he won't even start it. That is if you cannot give
See, you
chef
tell
food.
you that you
Yes.
marry you still do all this
things
NYC.
that you
You
still-
do this service for him. You finish this service. You still go and recruit
Do
different
what he wants
person.
to do. That's
So
true.
you
That's
must
true as well.
define from the beginning. See, what are we up to? You cannot be performing a wife's role to
When you are
a
a girlfriend.
boyfriend and expect that he will marry you. What would he marry you for? Please, what? To come and like add bills to himself when he can get you to do the laundry, to cook for him, to
Give
do
him
errands, to give money, to sleep with him, and why would you why will he marry you?
Moreover, why will you even sweep and do laundry? Doesn't the person have hands and legs?
It's love now.
Like,
It's love.
don't even start what you can't finish. When you get married, you have till forever and a day more to sweep and wash and cook and do
Anymore.
everything. Please come for tutorials. No, but really,
Yeah, we'll come
you
for
have
tutorials.
all
Yeah.
the time to do that. So why start it now? Why not channel all of that energy
He's
into
wasting time now. The guy is wasting time. Have you not seen girls say, "Thank God it's Friday," and they carry their big bags and go for weekend? The guy is trying to run, but man, this
really
girl
don't you don't
You
have
said
to do all of
weekend.
that
You
for
said
him to
weekend.
marry
For
you.
some, 6 months into a relationship, I think that's even too much. In this day and age that we found ourselves, you
My
find
rent have
2
expired.
months into the relationship. Yes, my rent has expired. No, I need
Already
my birthday is
Already
coming.
6 months. You celebrated 2 birthdays.
moving
6
from my house
Like you have
to where I work.
What?
Oh, the way he's giving illustrations.
Yes. How many birthdays have you sponsored?
Sponsored.
Hey!
Photo
Photo shoot, oh, cake, oh.
I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
You see.
Okay,
that?
so-
you see. Okay.
Okay, I just wanted to land with my point. Okay, so I was saying that now we find that 6 months, in fact, 2 months into a relationship, you find that this person is thinking, okay, so I want to marry you, but before we do that, can we move in and start living together? It's part of it. This is investment as well. At this point, you're investing your time, your body, in fact, you're not leaving anything out. Because the moment you have packed in and moved in with this person, you have married the person but not legitimate. Because that's basically what you're doing. And then you hear people talking about it's a trial marriage. We want to see if we are compatible. But statistics show that more than, in fact, almost 90% of those who are in a cohabitation relationship, in a relationship where you have given so much, end up not being together.
I know a lady that she has stayed with her boyfriend right now for almost 2 years.
And he's still not
She
saying
was
nothing.
hoping that by moving in,
It will hasten.
hasten the process. Now
You are
it's
deluding
like
yourself.
over 2 years now, nothing has happened.
That's what I'm saying. These
You
people
see-
are living in delusion that this is what the result will be. But no. You see, interestingly, we already have a pattern that has been tabled before us. God said in his word that a man, for this reason, a man shall leave his and be married to his wife. So that's when you are legitimate and God is seeing that relationship in his sight. And he didn't say that you're going to invest so much before you get into that family and the relationship would work out. No. He just said you should have him first in your mind, and whatever love will be channeled. Okay, so this is what I picture. You are taking from the stream of life. That's Jesus Christ, God. And you're taking from the stream of life. If you're taking from the stream of life, every other thing will be balanced. If the water, the next thing that is going, if the water is going to the sea, it goes rightly. The direction of the direction that you would take its course, because you're taking directly from the stream of life. But you see, we don't take directly from the stream of life. When God showed us the pattern of love, we did not take that pattern of love and implement it into our relationships. We dropped it aside. It's like we decided, okay, so God, this is your pattern of love. Take it. Then we have decided this is how we want to love. And because we have decided this is how we want to love, and you cannot, the flesh is something very crazy. So you cannot really always have control over that if you don't have the Spirit of God. And so we are now controlled by the flesh, and the flesh does whatever it wants. So that's how we always end up with broken hearts, because we allow ourselves to be directed by the flesh. And as Christians, it is important that when you're getting into a relationship, you know where you stand at first. That's the first thing. In one of the shows, Engineer Tony said we already have our own manual for relationship. We already have our boundaries for relationship, so we don't have to set new boundaries, because these boundaries are already set for us. But because we are not fully aware that we already have these boundaries that are set, or rather we are aware and choose to neglect those boundaries that are already set, we begin to think in our own wisdom, in our own understanding, in our own knowledge, and think that at the end we'll get a better result.
It's not possible. You said it earlier. You said you can't do something the same way and then expect a different result. It's not possible. We have a pattern. You see, the devil is smart and still foolish. You
I
understand?
like that.
Because the devil knows that the original plan of God, right, to bring sanity to the world, is when you raise a God-fearing family.
Yes.
That is why Noah stood out amidst everything, because the family is centered on God. So just imagine it. So imagine the spread of holy family, those that set their standard on the word of God and they are doing that mission that is called family mission. That's the intention of God. But you start somewhere, so He's destroying the root, because you start from relationship. And you see, we call ourselves Christians, and we try to give God standard. We try to tell Him what to do. Yes, that's what we are doing. So the moment you apply that, God will withdraw. He will not be far away from you, but He will just fold His hand and just be looking at you. Here is your effort you want to do. You do it. At the end of the day, you come, and then you are regretting, you are crying, and then you are calling God.
And you're saying, God, why?
And you're saying, God, why? You say I should allow you. I allow you. You did your own best that you can do, and now you see the result. And you see, the new norm that is going on now, normalizing things that are wrong, things that Bible say are evil. The world is legalizing it, is normalizing it, is making it part of life, that if you don't do, you will look inferior. You understand? So, and it's a thin line, because there is this new logic that they bring. It's logically truth. It's logically right. It's not factual. Yes. And then that's why we talked about, when we talk about social media, that you see Christians that you respect, like sharing some kind of belief, coming from wherever you don't know. And you start wondering, that's not our calling. That's not the pattern set for us. So the devil is very crafty, trying to take the heart of the youth, because he knows the foundation will start there. In the first place, you're talking about a relationship of 3 months, 6 months. Already you are staying together because you want to do a trial marriage. Did Adam and Eve did a trial marriage?
Like how long are you going to be trying? Because if you are saying, I heard a lady that said that, me, my area of interest when it comes to marriage is sex. And so she asked this question in church that we are told to wait till marriage. What if I end up with this man and then this my area of concentration is not satisfying me, according to the lady? So how long would you keep trying until you get? So the pastor responded and told her that you're only saying this, like, how will I know this man will satisfy me? Because, like, you have an idea of maybe they're already comparison. Now think about it as a young person growing up, you're in relationship, you don't have any idea of that. Whatever you have at the end of the day,
That's what we stick in.
you appreciate whatever you have. But we think we are smart, and that is why we think we can outsmart God by, oh, let me do this, let me do that, and I will get away with it. I just give a story of a lady that guy took her picture to a native doctor. There are a lot of ladies that are struggling, some with even STDs, one issue or the other, because you were saying, I didn't ask him for it. You're opening your hand. Is not stable because of what has happened in the past. So you are there collecting, accepting to marry the person. You know that the person wants to marry you and is investing in you, and you are collecting the money, collecting everything, saying I didn't ask him to. It will haunt you tomorrow. It, like our parents will say, you are not interested in this man, don't even give him the room. Don't give the room. Talk more of even collecting gifts, money, and all of that. And there are this class of humans. I'm talking about the married men. You are married, you cherish your family and everything, that you don't want anything to happen to them. But yet there's a girl that you keep somewhere, and you're spending money on her, and tomorrow she wants to get married, you're saying she cannot get married because you have invested, you're the one that trained her and all of that. See, you lose your family, you lose that girl.
Yes, and if a guy begins to give you money, you know already that this money this person is giving me, there's something behind it. But then because you want extra cash, you want a woof, you want to just keep collecting it. You just want it for your own selfish interest. Instead of you, he who knows the good he ought to do and fails to do it has sinned. You know that this thing you're doing is wrong, but you're still doing it because you need the extra assistance. It is wrong. And then in normalizing things that Solomon Sambo mentioned, sometimes we are the ones that bring problems to our relationships. A guy is there, he's interested in giving you what you want. He wants to invest financially, but you're bringing baggage into the relationship. Today is your mother that wants to continue her business, so you want money. Tomorrow is your sister that wants to write jam and you need money. Next tomorrow is your uncle in the village that broke his leg and they need money. You are bringing
another day is
you are bringing one thing or the other, and it will weigh him down. Even if it doesn't weigh him down and he continues, at the end of the day he will claim ownership over you.
Some people is just
he will
their way
tell
of
you,
sending
I was the one that did this
away.
and did that and did that. You cannot go. He can hold you. He can hold you with that, and he may have a very bad attitude, probably temperament, a very bad temper, or just something, but you can't leave. Because what you have collected, if they gather your whole family together, you can't even pay him back. So some of us are the ones that bring... Bondage. Yes, some of us live our lives under bondage because we brought unnecessary baggage into the relationship.
Even for those guys that will always, you think you are smart, you want to collect from the girl. So you keep promising her marriage and lying to her that, don't worry, there's something I'm working on, and you collect money from her, collect her school fees, ask her to collect money from her parents, collect her ATM and all of that. That wedding that you're planning with somebody's sweat, they will raise hand on your wedding day. Better know that. Because there are people that think they can get away with it. I will get married in my village, nobody will know. Let me tell you a story of somebody.
In the church, it's better for him. Okay. But let God not raise his hand on you.
So let me tell you what happened to this guy. He went, he left Jos, he went to Lagos. He was working in Lagos, and he decided to camp a lady. And then he got the lady pregnant once, second time, third time, four children. They are camping. He didn't pay anything on her head. And he thinks he's very smart. He came back home, looked for a girl here, started dating the girl, started preparing, planning marriage with the young lady. Yes, card was out, everything. So you know how that they will introduce you in church, and if you know anything. So unfortunately for you, I think someone raised the issue, and the church asked him to call they need to talk with the lady. He said he was not married to her. His family came that they are not aware. They didn't go for anywhere. They didn't. Nobody was married and all of that. But of course, the church have to. And then they found out that actually he came a lady and he had 4 children with her. It was 2 weeks to the wedding. That wedding was cancelled. He lost the girl, and I'm sure that is either he goes back but he has already been tagged married.
Will she accept him
Even
he
if she
goes
doesn't
back?
accept
Even
him.
if she accepts him, would it be that
It will
like
there will be
the way
a
they were
problem
before?
Because you are
And
only
have
trying
4
to
children.
deceive
Yes.
her.
Yeah.
You get
There'll be a
some
breach.
people are very manipulative and they forget that there is
It's
God.
witchcraft.
There is God. Even if this person doesn't do anything to you because she's soft, you can get away with whatever. See, there's God. There's God. There's a guy that went to quit relationship with a girl because he's planning wedding, and that same day that he went to quit the relationship, he slept with the girl before telling her the news that he's sorry or he cannot continue. And what? See, even if that girl was foolish, God will still punish you, except if you repent. But you still face that because that's wickedness. There are people that are manipulative. They try to win people to invest in them, and for them they are being smart. You're a young lady, instead of to get work or get skill or get a business that will pay, you think, oh, I'm a fine girl, so I can get my way through and all of that. Your body will suffer.
You know,
You will.
you know,
Yeah.
You get.
I like all we've been saying, and it makes a whole lot of sense. But I'm going to do like pick some verses. I'm not going to say the verses exactly because I really don't remember them right now. But one of them says that be careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise. I'm not going to complete the B part because it doesn't really affect what we're talking about. Then the other one said, the wisdom of man is foolishness unto God. Then there's the other one that said that I'm trying to see how I'm going to phrase that one. It is important for you. Okay, now I'm skipping that because I can't really remember it exactly, so that I'll phrase it well. It is important for you. Okay, now I remember it. It's important for you to seek wisdom, and it says that this verse says that this one's from James. I'm sure about that. He said, if anyone lacks wisdom, he should ask God, who gives generously to all. Then Proverbs says, lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, then he will make your path straight. So as much as we want to invest into relationships, as much as we want to have relationships here on earth, and because it's God's design that we do, as much as we want to get married, as much as we want to be loved and we want to love, as much as we want to do all these things, these verses that I just said, especially that of James and that of Proverbs that talks about wisdom, you seeking wisdom, ask for it and it will be given to you. Then lean not on only your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge God. That means that regardless wherever you're going, however you're living it, God is in the business. That God is in your business. In fact, your business is God's business. Make it like that, and then you would understand your relationships better. You would make the right investments into relationship. A lot of times we find that we have certain discussions in relationships, but they are stupid discussions. Sorry to use that word, but it's just that you don't discuss all the right things. We all discuss the wrong things in relationships. When you want to go into relationship, discuss how is this person and I, how are we standing before God? How is our stand? What is the basis of our relationship? Where are we headed to? All those questions should be answered, not just how much money does he have? What can I get from her? How much will she give me her body and all that? And if you continue talking about relationships,
Unfortunately,
I'm not sure that
our
we
time
can
is actually
continue.
fast spent. I
We
wish
can
I could
finish
give
that.
Prudence 1 hour to preach
No,
as
no,
we wrap up, but our
yes.
time is actually fast spent. Jemima, maybe 1 minute, and Sabo Solomon, your
Or maybe
final
30
words on the
seconds.
show.
Okay, in investing in relationship, God should come first. the investment of God supersedes every other form of
Exactly.
investment that man can ever think of. When you put God first, every other thing falls in place.
Okay. Don't invest based on assumption.
Ah.
Please engage in rightful communication. If you do that, then whatever comes out of it, remember that God will stand for you.
Yes.
Even if someone cheats you or manipulate you or play with your sense, God will definitely answer for you.
Any relationship that does not improve or make your relationship better with Christ is a wasted relationship and
Okay.
investment. So it is important that your relationship with whoever you engage with draws you closer to God, increase your relationship with God, makes you a better version of yourself. So do not spend time on wrong relationship with the wrong person or without a defined purpose in alignment with God's word. So as we engage in relationship, let's put God first. And that will be it on today's live. Until we come your way tomorrow, same time, you have a blessed day.